Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, April 30th. We are looking at window traders, market profiles of SPY, IWM, and Triple Q. And we end the week, it's pretty funny. I was just looking. Last week, SPY was down 66 cents. As of right now, where they have us closing, we're up 60 cents. So what did we do for a week? Absolutely nothing, right? We had four openings within 40 cents of each other between 417.44 and 417.93, and they have us closing smack in the middle at 417.34, right? So, and I told the room, I said that I wouldn't doubt. I said that I think there'd be pretty good odds that we close right where those openings were, right? That's not a coincidence. The market is in balance in the daily. Monthly healthy, weekly healthy, but the daily is smack in a $4.42 range. 4.42, folks. That's a very small range. All right, we do time frames of $4 sometimes when the market's really moving. So what does that tell me? Even though I've been wrong so far, saying I expect a $7 to $10 move, I said that I think on Tuesday. By Monday. Well, so far it hasn't happened, but I still have Monday. Still don't know if it's going to happen Monday, but it is going to happen. I had some people ask me in the room, what about taking a short home? I was like, look, we're up in the monthly, we're up in the weekly, daily in the balance. The only way I miss a play on the short side is if we gap lower by a decent amount Monday, right? We could either open inside this balance, we could open higher, which would hurt my short. We could open a little lower, which means, I didn't get the short, but now I have more confirmation if we take out the balance low, right? Think about it. If we gap lower Monday by $1, I missed something going home short. But if we hold that gap, that gives me a lot more market-generated information to take a much bigger put play. Now we're below a 5-day balance, and we're going to flush out at least those 5 days worth of longs. So I come in biased when I go in with a position. So that's how I look at that. I took a couple of trades. I had a good day today. Had a good month. Actually, I had my best month so far for the year. Remember, for those of you who listen to this on a regular basis, I gave back half my month in January on the last trading day of the month, and I gave back 90% of my month in February in the last week. And I was having good months on those months. Had a good month last month, better month this month. So I stayed away from M period, and I called M period very well today. But I locked in my month. I said, that's it. But boy, I called it to a T. When M took out L's high and couldn't get much and came back in, I said, there's good odds of going back down to L's low. And I said, and if we do that, if we make a new low, I don't think we'll run to the downside. I think we'll rip right back up to where I said, where all those openings were for the week and how wide part of the profile. And that's exactly what it did. So I could have nailed them on both sides. But that's fine. Calling the market is a heck of a lot better than me at times. As far as let's go over these indices. So I didn't do anything in Triple Q. Triple Q is 9 for 9 wide. Never got back to it. F is the afternoon rally high. They don't probe to the downside. I will be going over the charts of all of these indices. Russell, very interesting today. Gap lower, right back in, rip up AB. I'm telling the room, wow, that could be a possible look below and fail. And then look what happened. They even had single prints to start in B. Flush out. Now, I did take a long and lost small. I got long Russell let me see what time frame that was. C period. When C came down. I'm like, I think we should at least hold the opening. I said, this one, I was surprised. I didn't think we were going to take out yesterday's low again. Well, obviously they did. I bought the M2K. I forgot what I bought. It was a decent amount. I lost money on it, but not a lot, because it was sitting there, went up, took some off, and then when D took out C's low, I took them off. I said, forget it. Game over. And obviously it was game over. They actually went trend. Look at this. Double distribution day. Afternoon rally high in F, single prints, price probe. SPY and ES. Boy, was this a tedious day. The overnight was short. I said I wouldn't be surprised if we get an inventory correction, which is what we got in A. B attempted to go higher. Actually took a nice trade. I said I will short, just like yesterday. I said I will short, and I would use C's high and K's high as my out. It was only a small one, but I took a short. I traded today's expirations, 420 puts, and I did okay on that. Then I took a short in D period. When we took out A and C's low, I'm like, well, let's see what we're going to get out of this. I did the 420. I did two. Actually, I did the 419s and the 420s. Now, I did well on the 419s. Now, the 420s, when I took a pretty decent size, again, against the opening. I said, we get above it, I'm out. And we did. I lost small on that because I got out right away. But I thought it was decent odds to test if we hold the opening, don't get above it in E, and come back down and test the low. So that's the trade I did. Now, the only other trade I did on the day was a long in J. Said we weren't, not right away. I pushed down, made a new low. By the way, our weekly low is now 4 cents from today's low. We made a new low, couldn't get anything out of it, so J started, couldn't take out I's low. I actually bought the MES, got long 15 of the MES, and had a nice trade on that. So I had a decent day, excellent month, and now we'll start again fresh on Monday. This balance low, how it's held, has been remarkable so far. Destinations for Monday. Now, we did price pro, believe it or not. We took out I's low. So even though it closed way below it, I always write wherever we probe from, which is I's low of 416.38. Then we're 11 wide at 417.44. Today's high, 418.54. And the all-time high, which is now, don't forget, it's a monthly high now, 420.72. So we made it a little harder now. It's a monthly high. Downside, 416.34 today's low. 416.30 Tuesday's low. That's the bottom of 5-day balance, my friends. And then, if we ever get below that, we finally should get acceleration and get to those single prints. I'm not going to give them all to you. You should have all the destinations down to 411.13. If you don't, please watch prior videos. This way we don't take up as much time. And then, let's go to the charts now, because we want to break down all the charts for these three indices at the end of the month and the week. I do it every week, but certainly at the end of the month now is important. What are we looking at? Well, let's start with Russell. Look at a monthly. 7 months, right? Or is it 6? No, 7. 7 months, one time framing up. The one thing this month, though, that's different from all the other 7, inside month. So we finally paused. We did not take out the prior month's high, but that does not stop the one-time framing. So now, this month's range is 230.95 and 215.24. So the question is, if you come out of it to the upside, we should go see new highs. If we come out of it to the downside, the big number one, we stop the one-time framing up and puts the monthly into balance, and then we should go look at the 207 level. So remains to be seen. But right now, healthy, one-time framing up, 7 months, inside month. Weekly, this is a little disappointing. Remember, we were in this big balance. They got above 228.10. I said that is a huge level to close above. Obviously, we did not. So we're sucked right back into this balance. It's a 6-week balance. All we did was stretch it. And it's a pretty ugly candle on the weekly. Not too thrilled with it. So now, if we take out this week's low, right? What's the destination? Well, at least the bottom of these weeks, which would put us at 213. If that fails, then 208. But we're still in balance. And the daily, we went from balance, I'll call today down. So yesterday, the daily was in balance. I will call the daily down now. We closed just above both the 20 and 50-day moving average. Triple Qs. Nothing's really changed. Monthly. It's a 4-month balance. We stretched it, made a new all-time high. But don't forget, The all-time high is still in the after hours, just like IWM. We haven't even come close to the regular trading hours all-time high in IWM, but they still have an all-time high in the after hours also. ES and SPY do not. So balance on the monthly in Qs. Guess what? Balance on the weekly. Daily. Balance. You know what that means, folks. Triple Qs is all 3 time frames are waiting for more market-generated information. And when we finally come out of those balances, we should get a decent move. But for now, as you can see, balance. And then let's go to SPY and ES also, because they're going to look similar. Monthly. Up. One time framing up 6 months. We got great distance away from last month. Last month's high is 398.12. We have a monthly gap. Right now we closed $19 above last month's high. That's impressive. Now, weekly. We're still one time framing up. 5 weeks. But I'm not crazy how we closed. Pretty ugly weekly bar. And we closed inside of the last 2 weeks ranges. So what does that mean? I don't know how much to read into it. Look at 2 weeks ago. We almost took out the weekly low and then we went up $10. So I can't throw in the towel yet. That's why we wait for MGI. So what's going to tell us if something really changed? Well, if we take out this week's low. We closed $1 above it. Exactly $1 above it. So, if we take out this week's low, we're into a 4-week balance then starting next week. But until we do that, we're still one time framing up. And then the daily, 5-day balance, very tight. Now, I told the room I'm treating today as an inside day. Yes, we took out yesterday's low by 10 cents or whatever it was. But when you have a $400 and somewhat number, taking out a daily low by 10 cents to me is nothing. So I will treat it as an inside day. What does that mean? It means if we take out today's high, then the odds of going back to the top of the balance and testing the all-time high are very good, and I'll look for longs. If we take out today's low, well then for sure we should take out finally the balance low and more importantly, the weekly low. And then I will look for shorts until they prove they can get back into this balance, right? That would be the next big thing. We would probably take out those single prints that we have on the 23rd. We should also go and probably test the 20-day moving average finally at 413.53 if we come out of the inside day with any acceleration at all. We have not traded at the 20-day moving average since March 25th. So it's a very tight balance waiting to explode. I'm still waiting for that minimum $7 to $10 move. Hope it happens sooner rather than later. I hope you had a great week trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe all. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.